What's up, guys? I wasn't originally going to upload today, but I decided, I looked in my YouTube inbox and I found some pretty cool questions from people, so I figured I'd just answer a couple of them in a commentary form, since I feel like there's some questions that a lot of people have, but I've only gotten them asked a few times via YouTube inbox. Real quick before this starts, if you enjoyed this video, if you could go ahead and leave a like, I'd actually really appreciate that, because my videos the last couple weeks haven't done great, so, I don't know, I'd like to have a video that does pretty good. And without further ado, let's kind of get into some of these. What was the first illcam/montage you have ever seen, or that inspired you to do YouTube? I'd have to say 14. 14 was probably the one that got me into it. I don't really know what it was about that. If you look back at the illcams, it really wasn't anything special, but I just really liked it. I liked the song, I liked everything about it, and I know me and Drowsy would just watch that over and over before we went for shots, and yeah, I don't know, that's always like the one that I look back at to get inspiration for like old time stuff like that, and I don't know, it's pretty fun. So yeah, that's just kind of my take on that. If you could go back and change one thing about your YouTube career, I guess you'd call it that, what would you change? Now, I know like 15 million people are probably going to be like, oh, I'd go back and do insane shots when everyone was doing 360s and stuff so I could get in phase, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, like, I mean, I guess that would kind of be a good path to phase, but if you talk about, like, if you really look at that, if you look back and see, like, all the people that were there when, like, 360s were starting and stuff, barely any of them are still around. To be honest, I wouldn't try to get in phase, if I went back. I mean, obviously that would be really cool to be able to do, but I don't know if I'd be up to their standards or whatever. But what I'd really want to do if I could change one thing is I'd probably, like, I'd have focused a lot more on, I don't know, having more friends and a more wide variety of people that trickshotted when MW2 was, like, the main game. Because I started trickshotting back in the MW2 days, but I was never good, and I never really trickshotted online too much. When I really started going for montage clips and things like that, it was really when Black Ops 2 had come around, and I feel like it would have been a really cool experience to be trickshotting back in the old days when people were coming up with new things on MW2, before everything ended up kind of turning into the same. And yeah, I just feel like it would have been really cool for people to like look back at different teamtages of teams and see my gamertag in that. I would have really loved to be a part of that. I was only ever in one real team back then. We ended up ending shortly after I joined. So yeah, I would have definitely been more into the community when MW2 was the thing. How do you add fans? I've probably answered this question like 1,000 times by now, but I'll run through it real quick because, like, I don't know, I kind of have a different outlook recently than I have. I add the people who help me out with videos, who I constantly invite and they'll join if I need help with anything. I invite people that frequently join off Twitter. Most of the people, like, the people that I'll like tweet out and I'll be like, alright, I need help with blank video, I need help with blank private match shot, need one for Black Ops 2 or something like that to go online. The people that join frequently, the majority of them I already have added, and so honestly, if you, like, I probably tweet that kind of stuff out like every day to every 2 days, so if you're frequently joining off that, which is really not hard to do at all, then you'll probably end up on my friends list eventually. It's really not as hard as you think. And the other thing is, like, I don't know, I just add people that are, like, kind of cool to hang out with. Like, I don't know, like, some people can be more annoying than others, and that's no offense to any of you guys, but people that I have added are just kind of relaxed guys. What would you recommend to hit more shots? Okay, so I have kind of a couple different ideas for this question. First of all, if you want to hit a shot, definitely practice it in private match over and over before you go for it. If you don't have a dummy, a good tip from me would be go to some sort of spot where you can trick shot and your shot's going to hit a place where there's glass, right? So you can just line it up, you can see where it hits based on where the glass shatters, you can aim for like a certain pane of glass or something, and that's something that you can do when you don't have anyone to trick shot with, anything like that. If you're on Black Ops 2, do the bots game mode, you can constantly line up your shot on that, but practice it over and over and over until you have it perfect, so that as soon as you get a chance online, you know your shot's going on target. You don't have to worry about it going off target or messing up or something like that. Once you get it perfect, you're going to have like a 10 times better chance of it hitting already. What I'd recommend doing if you were on like a dry streak or something is I'd recommend, honestly, just take a class and put the most random shit you can on it. Like, you think that's a joke, but I'm dead serious with that. So you go from like normal DSR with shock charges or whatever, and then you go ahead and you switch it up because you haven't hit anything in a couple weeks. You put on an XPR with a black hat and a trophy system or some crap like that. Honestly, you might think that that's going to be like really hard to hit a shot with, but when you mix things up, you end up, I don't know, having a better chance, and it's more just kind of refreshing to go for, honestly. I think I'll answer one more and then I'll be done with this. One person that you wish hadn't quit. I'm assuming this means just out of like anyone, and as far as people that I enjoy their content, I don't know. Maybe not a lot of people are gonna know who this is, but I think the majority of you will. I really wish Fatal hadn't quit, to be honest. Face Fatal. I don't know, I was going back and watching some older Ilcams the other day, and it's really incredible how well the kid was able to edit, and he was able to be like a main part of Ilcams and stuff like that. And like, there's really not that many people that are able to do that nowadays. Like, there's really not many editors that are able to do that. Most of it's just like, if you're a good trick shotter, then you'll eventually pick up on some editing stuff. But looking back at some of Fatal's stuff, he was just really incredible. Yeah, so this ended up being a kind of long commentary. I don't really normally do things this long. If you guys want me to turn this into like a kind of a series or something, I'm not going to do it that often. It's kind of like a Q&A, but I feel like I go more in depth with these questions than a normal Q&A or something. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, I can definitely do this whenever you guys want. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed, as I said at the beginning. I'd really appreciate some good feedback on this video since, I don't know, ratings have been kind of rough recently. I don't know why. But thank you guys so much for watching, as always. I'll be back with some good videos this week, and especially this weekend. I'm working on like 3 montages at the moment, so you'll all get to see all those eventually. And my trailer's coming out this weekend as well. So thank you guys all for watching, as always. You guys are the best. I'm out.